Hey everyone, I'm Mike from the parkprodigy.com. Can you imagine waiting 103 minutes for Mario Kart Bowser Challenge at 10 a.m. only to realize that same ride has only a 45-minute wait later in the evening? Well, I don't want to see you make that mistake, and that's why in today's video, I'm breaking down 7 first-time tips and tricks for Universal Orlando that you need to know about for your next Universal Orlando vacation. And by the time we get to tip number 3, you'll understand exactly why Florida's weather can actually work in your favor if you know the secret window. So if you're planning at Universal Orlando trip, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Okay, starting with tip number 7, and if you're visiting Epic Universe, you need to understand and know about this tip, and that is the nighttime pivot for Super Nintendo World. So I just did a fun video where I actually uploaded all of the wait time data that we're tracking over at the Park Prodigy into the AI chatbot Claude. And for a long time, I've been creating videos, and I've sort of been saying the data that I was looking at has been saying to skip Super Nintendo World in the morning and come back to it later at night when the wait times do pull back significantly. And Claude kind of agreed with me, and that's why I'm doubling down on this tip. And I think if you haven't been watching my videos and you just stumbled upon this one, you need to understand this one because it is a big one. And the tip is to skip Super Nintendo World in the morning and to come back to Super Nintendo World at night. And what we're seeing is wait times for some of the popular rides like Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge and Yoshi's Adventure drop significantly. Mario Kart can go from 85 to 100-minute wait. And what I would say is when I did this myself, I saw the wait for Mario Kart significantly less. It was posted at 25 minutes, but to us, it was probably just a 10-minute wait. I even see the advantage. You'll probably save some time on Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, where the wait could potentially go from over 100 minutes down to 65 to 75 minutes later at night. So still a significant wait, but not as bad as peak hours. And the other benefit here is I personally feel like Super Nintendo World is just a lot more enjoyable at night. The land is visually stunning. Like it really feels like you're in the video game with all the moving blocks and Peach's castle. It really is beautiful at night, and I think there is an advantage there as well. Over to tip number 6, and this is one that you might not be sort of prepared for coming in, especially if it's your first time visiting Universal, let's say compared to over in Disney. And I would say be prepared for motion sickness. And don't think that motion sickness only comes to people who have a weak stomach. What I would also say here is if you're not hydrated enough, some of the rides definitely can make you feel a little bit off as well. And so there's really 2 ways we have to look at this. From motion sickness standpoint, the reason why I'm stating it here is that a lot of the rides in Universal Orlando can be simulator heavy. Now this really has to do with Universal Studios Florida, where they have a lot of rides like the Simpsons ride, Transformers the ride 3D, Jimmy Fallon, but this also is going to be something that's important to understand over in Islands of Adventure, where we have probably the worst ride in the history of rides for motion sickness, in my opinion, and that is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. But I also can see it happening on Kong. And then moving over to Epic, what I would say is Epic, I definitely don't feel like you're going to have that bad of motion sickness compared to the original 2 parks. But what I would say is for all of the parks, you do have to be mindful of how hydrated are you, especially if you're going on the roller coasters. You want to make sure that you are drinking water throughout the day. You want to make sure that you are eating. And it seems weird and it seems odd. And someone commented on my last video and was like, this isn't a tip. Like, why would you tell folks coming to Florida to stay hydrated? Well, this is just one of those things that, yes, to be honest, living down in Florida, I don't think people realize like how humid it can get and how it really can impact your day. And you might think that you're drinking enough water, but the reality is you're probably not. When I worked for Disney as a Disney cast member, they told me to drink a bottle of water for every hour out in the sun. And so where it can definitely trip you up is I personally just went through this. On my last trip to Epic Universe, we were hanging out with friends and we had a couple drinks throughout the day. So of course, because of that, I probably wasn't as hydrated as I should have been. And we went on Stardust Racers at night. Honestly, I was done for the rest of the night. I felt so sick driving home because I had been drinking. You need to be mindful of that, especially I would say on Stardust Racers, the Velocicoaster, the Hulk. Be mindful, be hydrated, or it can really kind of make you feel really weird for the rest of the day. Over to tip number 5, and we have the fanny pack hack. So one of the most common first-time complaints at Universal is you might show up early, be some of the first guests in the park, and think that you're going to go straight to your favorite ride, such as Hagrid's Magical Creatures or the Velocicoaster, and then you realize, well, wait, I have to put my bag inside of a locker, and so you end up losing 15 to 20 minutes because you're not prepared for that. And what I would say is most of Universal Universal's major thrill rides do require you to stow all loose items before boarding. So that's bags, phones, even items that are in your pocket on some rides that make you go through metal detectors. So for the rides that have metal detectors, there's no getting around that. You definitely want to be prepared for this so you have all your stuff out of your pocket. You're not sort of fumbling once you get over to the lockers and you're wasting time. But there are certain rides, such as Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, that if you have a small fanny pack or a small crossbody bag, you might be able to get on the ride without having to go to the locker. And what I found is this tip alone, if you kind of stack this up a couple times or twice throughout the day, yeah, maybe you could save an extra 20-30 minutes by just not having to go to the locker. And so it could definitely add up and help you get the most out of your day. And if you're worried about your day and you're trying to figure out the perfect itinerary for your Universal Orlando trip, over at the Park Prodigy, we actually just launched a brand new park planning tool. You can use it absolutely free to create one day over at Universal Orlando. And what you'll do is you'll pretty much select your must-do rides, and the tool will help you prioritize and give you a real average wait times of what your day would look like, that you can actually go into your day feeling prepared and ready to tackle it. Over to tip number 4, and that would be mastering the single rider and child swap system. So single rider, the way it works is if your group doesn't mind being split up, you can sometimes cut your weight down significantly. But the one that I think is probably going to be most important at Universal Orlando is going to be the child swap. Just because of the height requirements at Universal, if you're a family traveling with kids of different ages, one kid might be too short to go on one of the rides, but your family can still wait together in the queue. Once you get to the front of the queue, you'll let the team member know, hey, we want to do child swap. And the way it works is one parent will go with one of the kids or two of your kids, whatever it might be, while the other parent kind of sits back with the youngest child or whoever's not really going on the ride. And then pretty much just like it sounds, you're going to swap. And so you don't have to wait on the lines twice. This is a great way, again, for the family to stay together and to keep the day moving along. Okay, tip number 3, and this one is a crazy one that I've given before, but I've never actually went and looked at the data, and that is use Florida's 4 p.m. rain like a pro. So Florida definitely has rainy seasons that really run from, I would say, May through October. And so during that stretch, it's not out of the ordinary for it to rain every single day. But the difference between rain down in Florida compared to maybe back home where you're from is that the rain will only last for a short amount of time. And so based on the weatherchannel.com, the storms will typically roll in between 4 to 6 p.m. And if you want the science behind it, this is driven by the sea breezes colliding over central Florida, and they usually clear out within 30 minutes. Like I said, it typically doesn't last very long. And so the first mistake first timers make is you're going to get caught off guard by this, and then you're scrambling to go and buy ponchos down Universal Orlando, and you're going to waste money. So tip here is bring your ponchos from home. You're going to need them and you will get use out of them. The next tip here is what I would say is prioritize the outdoor rides in the morning or wait for later at night, but just kind of keep an eye on that 4 to 6 p.m. window where you want to try to avoid going on the outdoor rides or planning to go on the outdoor rides during that time. What you can do is if you're using our tool, plan to go and see one of the shows or plan to hit one of the indoor rides or two of the indoor rides, whatever it might be, but plan your day strategically and then really hopefully the rain doesn't have a big impact. Over to tip number 2, and this is definitely one of my favorite ones, and that is the 1 hour rule for early park admission. So if you're using early park admission at Universal Orlando, I always recommend you to not show up exactly when early park admission starts. I always recommend to arrive at the gates at least 1 hour before early park admission officially begins. And the reason being is what I found is being at the front of early park admission will allow you to knock out 2 to 3 of the major attractions within the first hour to hour and a half easily. And if you're trying to figure out how to get early park admission or how to take advantage of it, which hotel is the right fit for you, definitely be sure to go check out our website over at theparkprodigy.com. Our team of Universal travel experts can walk you through all of the options, and our services are absolutely free. And over to tip number 1, and this is a new one in some ways, and we have the Express Pass secrets that nobody has told you about. So what I would say here is there's a couple different things I want to mention. First is if the Universal Express Pass is being shown as sold out online, it never hurts to ask once you get to the parks. What I have found is sometimes when I show up, I might be able to buy a 1-day Express Pass for the park that I'm at. And I've also found that this works very well for Halloween Horror Nights. Now, of course, this is going to be different than if you're looking for, let's say, a 3-day, 4-day Express Pass and they're saying it's sold out. Yes, unfortunately, it's probably going to be sold out, but you might get a 1-day Express Pass because realistically, there's going to be a price premium on that 1-day Express Pass at that point in time. But some of the things that you might not know about, even if you're a Universal Orlando vet, is that Universal actually has an Express after 4 p.m. that can pop up throughout the day. And so it's going to be a discounted option that activates in the second half of the day, but you won't have to pay full price. So maybe that's a sort of hybrid if you weren't able to buy one in advance. Keep an eye on the Express Pass after 4 p.m. I've also found, again, this works very well at Halloween Horror Nights, where they sell an express pass after 11 p.m. and Horror Nights usually stays open until 1 or even 2 sometimes, depending on the time of year. And so Horror Nights typically will stay open until 1 p.m., but you can get a lot done within a 2-hour period with that express pass. The other one that I would say, we don't have a lot of information, but keep an eye. Universal just released, then we might start seeing a la carte express passes for rides. So what this means is throughout the day, they might release one-time express passes that you can use on like a specific attraction. So they teased us with this earlier in the year, and what they did was they had it set for the Mummy and for Kong. And so the way it works is when you show up to the parks, you could purchase an express pass to go and skip the line on the Mummy. And so Universal just released this. So I'm definitely going to be doing more videos on this in the future, but it's definitely something. Make sure you have the Universal Orlando app downloaded before you get down to Universal, and keep an eye on it if you're trying to get a little bit of an edge on your day and you're willing to spend a little bit to skip some of the lines. And of course, if you are in the process of planning that Universal Orlando trip and it seems like you need more videos like this, you want to stay up to date on all the changes going on in the theme parks, just be sure to hit that subscribe button, as I have a lot more similar videos just like this coming out in the coming weeks. And if you need that help, like I said, don't forget to go and check us out over at theparkprodigy.com. As a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I do have a special promo code you can go use on our website to save an extra $50 off your next Universal Orlando vacation, and that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. I also will leave a link to that free planning tool that I mentioned earlier in this video down in the show notes, so just be sure to go check that out. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video, and until next time, I will talk to you soon.